What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody is well and okay. Time to talk about Manchester United, man. What is going on latest with Manchester United? Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was on Northside's show, doing our weekly show with Northside, and talking to a new person, Tony, as well, who I met for the first time. Yeah, just talking of football and then talking of food as well. But here we are, man. Gonna be talking about Manchester United. Cooking with Faz was yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed Cooking with Faz yesterday. I might do that every Monday, you know. Oh, God damn it. Ah, this plaster's painful. Yeah, Cooking with Faz might be every Monday. Big up to everyone who's watched the video. Make sure you like it. I've got some surprise content coming on Friday as well, possibly. Yeah, on Friday there might be some interesting bits of content coming on Friday. So look out for that as well. But let's actually start off with this new Manchester United stadium. Let's have a look at it. It's a 3-minute video that they have uploaded, Manchester United, and I haven't actually looked at the video. I haven't looked at, by the way, the interview with Jim Ratcliffe as well, and Mr. Neville. I'm gonna be watching it now with you guys, and kind of giving you my initial reaction of what I think of the stadium and stuff. So yeah, let's look at the stadium first and see what it's saying. Yeah, this is the latest stadium.
This has to be one of the most exciting projects in the world today. It starts with the most famous football club in the world, 1 billion followers globally. So it starts with the fans. And it starts with the idea of making something which is so intense, it brings you close to the pitch. Acoustically, it cultivates the roar. As you move away from the stadium, it's not a
Who's this guy, by the way?
fortress surrounded by a sea of cars. It's open, and it's contained by an umbrella that harvests solar energy, harvests rainwater, but is protective, and it encloses arguably the largest public space in the world. It's welcoming, it's open, it's at the very heart of a new neighborhood. And then it's part of the...
That's mad, that is, yeah. So that's the tunnel. They've gone almost like a bowl shape, haven't they? Like a bowl. Okay. And then 2 tiers of boxes, it seems, or executive seats there. Yeah.
Intense. It brings you close to the pitch. Acoustically, it cultivates the roar.
This is mad. These nettings. What's that seating area? Okay, they've got some seating area. They've got like a bridge. They've got some walking paths. Ah, okay. He's the architect. This netting is very interesting. Like, I'm presuming it's gonna give you a lot of shade from bad weathers and stuff like that. Okay.
As you move away from the stadium, it's not a
Right, you have canal, you have people chilling on the side. I mean, this all of this stuff, yeah, that they've done, yeah, all of this stuff where people are chilling and stuff is gonna be mashup. This is not gonna be like this because they've done this, yeah, on a nice summer day, and that is about 3 days of the year. And probably we won't have a game on those 3 days of the year. And when we do have sun, it's still freezing. I'm freezing my tits off. So this picture is not doing it justice. Half the time it's gray. Actually, not half the time. Majority of the time it's gray. Majority of the time it's gloomy. It's cold and it's miserable. So I actually want to see it in the dark. How it looks in dark. What kind of facilities do you have for me to stay warm and accommodate people, really?
fortress surrounded by a sea of cars.
Like, is there a cafe in there? I presume there would be cafes where I can go and chill if I wanted to. Like, if I don't have a ticket to a game or nothing's going on, I just want to go there and chill. Are you gonna have like Nando's there, Costa Coffee's there, stuff like that?
It's open, and it's contained by an umbrella that harvests solar energy.
Okay. Harvest solar energy and rainwater. Right. Okay. So there's an Adidas store. I would have preferred Nike. There's the Mega store. Okay, cool. Cool. Different floors of people for the different tiers. Are people allowed to chill in this concourse? I don't think so.
Harvests rainwater, but it's protective, and it encloses arguably the largest public space in the world. It's welcoming, it's open, it's at the very heart of a new neighborhood. And then it's part of the city of Manchester.
This is the center of Manchester, yeah. Where is this? Oh, okay. I know this building. My house is actually right around the corner from here.
The fastest growing city in the United Kingdom. A city, again, like no other. It's a powerhouse, steeped in history. Trafford Park was the industrial heartland of the nation, a heritage which I have a personal connection to. My father was a factory worker at Metropolitan Vickers. And then the three masts, the Trident, visible from 40 kilometers, 200 meters.
Wait, is that the away end at the top? Chat. Is that the away end at the top of the one of the masts? Put the away fans in there, man. Right on the sky, man.
High. So this becomes a global destination. Normally, a stadium would take 10 years to build. We half that time, 5 years. How do we do that? By prefabrication, by using the network of Manchester Ship Canal, bringing it back to a new life, shipping in components, 160 of them, Meccano-like. And then we rebuild the Old Trafford station. And that becomes the pivot, the processional way to the stadium, welcoming. And
so wait, guys, I'm confused. So where are they going to make the stadium? Are they going to demolish the current stadium and then build it there? Is that the plan? I haven't read anything, by the way. This is the first time I've even looked at this because bro, we're performing so bad. Yeah, I couldn't give a damn about no stadium right now. So they're gonna demolish the current stadium. Is that what they're doing, if I'm not mistaken? And then they're gonna, yeah. Is that what they're doing? I think.
And then
because that's the pathway there. That's Nando's. Okay, so that's Nando's. They are demolishing Old Trafford then. It'll be at OT until it opens, huh? I would just. No, they're moving it a few feet aside from current OT. So what's going to happen to the current OT then? What, I don't understand. So if we're moving it a few feet, why haven't they drawn on this map the current OT? Because OT is right here where this is, if I'm not mistaken, because that's the cricket ground there. And you walk straight through, and OT used to be here, straight. How are they? Oh, demolished. Yeah, see, so I knew it. Yeah. That's what I thought. Because, right, current OT will demolished after the new one opens. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for that. Right. Okay. Yeah, well, you're right. I should just shut the fuck up and watch it, shouldn't I?
Build the Old Trafford station. And that becomes the pivot, the processional way to the stadium, welcoming and at the heart of a new sports-led neighborhood. It's walk
Oh, is that
and at the heart of a new sports-led neighborhood.
yo, it's going off. Got we got music, man, in the stadium. Today is gonna be the day that bro, tonight's gonna be the night that I will fall for you. We're gonna have some music in there, man. Oh, yo. We're gonna have Gunna. We're gonna have Young Thug. Yeah. We're gonna have Jay-Z, Kanye West. We're gonna have all of these artists, man. Central C. Yeah, man. Yeah, fishing with Faz outside the canal.
It's walkable, it's well served by public transport, it's endowed by nature, it learns from the past, it creates streets, it's a mixed use.
Popcorn tickets. Bro, what are you? This is not Manchester, bro. I hope it comes out like this, bro. But what the? Ain't nobody kicking ball outside after we get punched up by Wolves. I'm sick and tired of freaking Brighton battering us, bro. Nobody's kicking. Me and Saeed are not going to the field, yeah, and kicking ball, bro. And that pathway is not gonna look like that when it's dark and gloomy. This, yeah. I'm not taking my missus there to watch a cinema movie when it's freezing, bro. She's gonna punch me up, man. This is just all in the models. It's not gonna end up like this.
Mini city. So what makes a global destination?
That's a mad yo, that looks like chicken skin, you know. That looks like like mosquito net. But I used to have this in Bangladesh. Mosquito net. If you know, you know. If you come from back home, yeah, back in third world country somewhere, you know about mosquito net, bro.
What makes something so special? It's teamwork. It's the best brains, the civic leaders, the owners, the consultants, the engineers, the architects, the fans. The list is so long. It's a team effort. That is at the heart of the success of this project.
Aye, it's given Istanbul. I swear to God, yeah. Let me Google Istanbul. Bro, please tell me, yeah. Is it not giving Istanbul? Like, is it not giving Istanbul, chat? Like, hold on, let me get this picture, yeah. So there's water there. I swear to God, it's giving Istanbul, and I'll prove it to you how, yeah. I'll prove it to you how. Look at this picture, for example. Can I open this picture? Right, look at this picture, yeah. Yo, is he not giving Istanbul? Bro. Young Veli, man. Where's Veli, man? He's been to Istanbul. I swear this is giving Istanbul. And then you look at these, bro. Bro, all of these are giving Istanbul. Look, water behind. Look. I swear it's giving Istanbul. Is it just me? Am I dyslexic or something? And then you go to search up what? Buttons. Butlins. Bro, it looks like Butlins. Who's Butlin? Search Butlin. Butlin. Whose butt am I looking at, bro? Wait. What? What the? What the fuck is Butlins? Huh? What is Butlins? Butlins is a chain UK seaside resort that offer family-friendly holiday. We've based our stadium based on a fucking holiday park. Oh my god. We've based our fucking stadium based on Butlins, bro. Who's Butlins, bro? I'm seeing slides on that, bro. You're gonna have Ganacho on the slides. Wee, bro. What the hell? Safe. And then you have the circle bit as well, like the one in Old Trafford. Oh my days, the walkway. Oh my days. This guy just copied it. This guy's a fraud. He's just copied it. He's just copied it. Nah. Oh my god. My man's just copied it, bro. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, man. Flipping hell, man. It's the theme park fast, but football is played part-time. Bro, it does have the Istanbul field, the oldest mosque in the world. Yeah. Butlin's color scheme as well. Oh my days, you man are embarrassing me. Sir Jim Ratcliffe said there will be fan parks away days. What? Brother, he just copied it. You know when you copy someone in an exam, but you just use synonyms and change up the words and that. That's what's happened, bro. That's exactly what's happened. I swear to God. Man, bloody hell, man. It is what it is, man. What we gonna do? It ain't the worst. I'll be honest, it's not the worst. As a season ticket holder, I'm not complaining, by the way. As a season ticket holder, I'm not complaining, bro. I'll be honest. I'm not complaining. Because I get new, better facilities. That's what I want at the end of the day. Water. I like the nice lighting. Where's the car park? Where's the car park, man? Don't demolish the car park, bro. It's nice. It ain't the worst.
Of the success.
It ain't the worst. I'll be honest, it ain't the worst. When you look at it this way, yeah, it's not the worst. I could be living in one of these apartments as well, man. I could be living in one of these apartments, man. You know, when I'm doing well, you don't know. Yeah, it looks cool. It doesn't look bad, bro. I'll be honest, it doesn't look bad. Some drone shots would go off there, to be fair. And it's the community, like all of these other side buildings that they've made. It doesn't look like that, bro. So I don't know what they're gonna do, how they're gonna do it, but all of these buildings on the side, these apartment buildings, they are not like that, bro. So I don't know what these men are on in terms of that. But hey ho, we'll see. Looks like Dubai Mall. Looks like a cult. What do you guys rate the stadium out of 10? What do you guys rate it out of 10? It was away game screening. I need to watch this Jim Ratcliffe interview, bro. This Jim Ratcliffe interview. I need to watch this Jim Ratcliffe interview. Let me bring up this Jim Ratcliffe interview. Yeah. I need to watch this Jim Ratcliffe interview because I've not watched it yet. I have not watched it yet. Could have been better. No more Ineos out now. Okay. Road to 30K. Yeah, bro. Road to 30K. Giving it an 8. Some people giving it a 6, 8. Fast going to take us you to BTEC Butlins. No leaky roof. We need an update stadium. I think car park will be underground, rumors say. It needs to be built first to rate it out of 10. True. 8.5. Meh. Neville said he's an umbrella for Ineos and he looked away and scared. Let's see. As the years go by, you will know more about how the whole thing looks. So let's see this interview.
Yep.
London. Okay.
So I'm going to start with the end and ask you to sum up your first 12 months in charge at United. Review yourself.
Right. Well, I think in a funny sort of way, it's gone as we anticipated it would. We didn't think the first year was going to be easy because we had difficult things to do. But I think, the club is...
Firstly, he's done an interview because of the protest. I'll just say it as it is. That the first reason why he's done the interview is because of the protests. No other reason. There's absolutely no other reason why this guy would be doing the protest. Yeah, that's the first.
Bigger than until you actually arrive in the club. It's bigger than you think. And the scrutiny is bigger than you anticipate. Because you get your school report at the end of every day instead of at the end of every term. I used to get a clip around here once every term by my mother, but now I get a clip around the ear every day by the press. So those things are sort of slightly, I suppose unanticipated or underestimated. But I think broadly where we are, which I know is a difficult place, and people are not very happy about it at the moment, which is why I'm quite unpopular. It is where I didn't expect in a year of change that we'd be winning the Premier League. Honestly.
Are you finding it hard, the scrutiny, the attention, the criticism?
Well, I used to enjoy picking a newspaper up in the morning, having a cup of coffee and a croissant, which it's not quite so enjoyable anymore. But I think the way... we've all got sensitivities, and it isn't pleasant to read some of the press coverage. But the way I get through it is that I believe what we're doing is the right thing, and I believe what we're doing has to be done to get United back to where United should be, which are the winning, silverware and winning trophies and things like that. And we have to go through this too. If you don't like where United have been for the last 12 seasons since Sir Alex retired, then I think, ergo, you have to accept there has to be a period of change, otherwise it's just going to continue. And change is always uncomfortable and unpleasant at times, and that's sort of where we are at the moment, unfortunately.
Do you understand why the fans are angry? Obviously, yesterday they protested at the Arsenal match. Do you understand where it comes from?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, well, I'm a fan as well, remember. So fans are not going to be happy languishing down at the bottom half of the table. And yeah, I get that, and I sympathise, but I didn't think this year was going to be a walk in the park. It was always going to be difficult. And if you look at the squad that Ruben's got available, he's only got half a squad, honestly.
So he's backing the manager, man. He's saying that the manager's only got half a squad. Do you get me? Manager's not really got a full squad. It's not got a heavy squad. Interesting.
You just said that you're a fan. As a fan, not as an owner, when you go and watch the games, and you have been watching the last 6 or 7 months, what do you make of the performances?
Well, I've seen the performances under two. So I don't know whether you're asking me about the previous.
Well, under Eric and under Ruben now.
Yeah, well, obviously under Eric it was erratic. I think is the best word I'd use. There was some great when we obviously were in the FA Cup against Man City, they all turned up and they played like they were in a cup final, and then at other times, Crystal Palace or whatever, they didn't show up. Under Ruben, what we've seen, I think, is it was difficult at the beginning, and I sort of get that. But then I think we've seen progress, and I think some of the players that we bought in the summer, you've seen them settle. It's quite tough, isn't it? You spent your life playing there. It's not an easy league to play in. and there's a lot of scrutiny, and it's a tough. I mean, look how Xerxes got knocked about, yesterday in the first half. He really got knocked about, didn't he? I mean, he wouldn't be used to that playing in the Italian league. So it takes time for players to settle. But I think, if you look at, Ruben yesterday against Arsenal, he only had half a squad. I mean, how many players would most people recognise on the bench yesterday? I mean, it was hardly a name that you'd recognise. I mean, the guy that we brought on, Heaven, he's only 18. We only bought him 3 weeks ago from Arsenal, and then we had Obi on there.
The way he speaks, is mad. He says, the guy we bought. Instead of saying, the player we bought, he refers to him as a guy, the guy we bought. The guy we bought, It's a bit mad how he refers to the players. I find it a bit awkward for an owner as well. You could say in a bit more respectable manner. Could have said it like the player that we bought recently from Arsenal. Yeah, but the guy we bought.
He's only 16, I think, and he's played once for United. I mean, there was only half. I mean, I think if you look at the top 8 most expensive players that we've got in terms of salary, 4 of them are not available to Ruben. Now, if you did that with Liverpool or Manchester City, that's the cream of half the cream of your team has gone. So I think I've seen progress.
Where have you seen that progress?
We saw a bit of a glimpse of the future, I thought. On
yesterday?
Sunday. I thought we saw a glimpse of the future, yeah. I do. Yeah.
What, in the second half, you mean?
In the second half, yeah. I thought, they were quite...
He don't even know what the offside rule is. Hey. This guy does not know fuck all about football, G. He don't know fuck all about football, bro. I can tell he's the way he's talking about the game and about Ruben and about the football and all of this. He's just like, yep. Nah, bro. If you're a fan, show some enthusiasm when you're talking about it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fake it a little bit, man. For God's sake, man. What the fuck is this, man? Man's just freaking waffling.
Cohesive. You could see a bit of the game plan. And the players played their hearts out for Manchester United. They really did, and you could see it, couldn't you? You could see that Delict tackle. You could see the tackle that Heaven made. I mean, it really meant something to them.
Ew. Do not give me that. Don't try that with me. Ew. What kind of generic? Ew. He meant something to him. Ew. Bro, it's not the Champions League final, bro. Chill. About meant something. Nah, G. Made a tackle because I had to make a tackle, bro. What the hell? Play for Man United, man. Just get stuck in. Nah. That is fake as anything, bro. And I can't, man.
So you think the recruitment from last summer will come good?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
And how do you assess?
But bear in mind, recruitment last summer, we didn't have the luxury of time to prepare for last summer, did we? Jason had been there 3 weeks. Omar had been there 3 days. We had the problem with the coach. Is it a yes or a no? So we involving the coach and not involving the coach.
Did you involve the coach?
Sorry?
Did you involve the coach?
Yeah, we did, yeah.
So Eric signed a lot of those players last summer?
He didn't, but he was involved in the discussions and he influenced. I mean, at the end of the day, a decision on a new player or a purchase isn't a decision of one person normally, is it? So, it's a group of people who influence that decision one way or another. So yeah, he did have a voice, which is why there were 1 or 2 Dutch players.
Oi, this guy is in a Oh, he does. Oh my days. He said, yo, why do you think there's some Dutch players? Yeah, I wouldn't have bought them. Safe. Okay. Okay, Jim. I see you. I see you. Yeah. Passing between the lines, reading between the lines, you know. Anything is anything, nothing is nothing, you know. Man just slipped it in there. Why do you think some of them are Dutch, G? Yeah.
Would you have sacked Eric if you'd have found another manager after the FA Cup final success? Because you were looking around Europe and scouring for a new manager.
It was too early for us to make a big decision in reality, and we hadn't been together as a team for very long. You know, if you look at Omar, Jason, myself, Dave, we hadn't been together for very long. It was just a matter of, you know, weeks, and it's quite a big decision, isn't it? And also, it's quite difficult to, you know, I couldn't. It was quite difficult to extract in that season when we arrived Eric's performance from the structure around him, because obviously the structure around him now is completely different.
Yeah.
So if I look today, there's a really strong relationship and a really strong support culture for Ruben with Jason. So Jason and Ruben talk to each other 2 or 3 times a day. Omar speaks to Ruben every day. Every time I go to the match, I speak to Ruben. So, you know, there's a support structure there, and he's got his coaches and the physios and the doctor and everything else. But it was quite difficult to see whether, you know, what environment Eric was operating in. Was it, in other words, was the erratic performance a function of Eric, or was it a function of the organisation? And we couldn't really get to the bottom of answering that question with sort of certainty, I suppose. So we gave Eric the benefit of the doubt.
And you regret that, or do you feel?
Yeah, it was the wrong decision.
Wow.
We made the wrong decision. It was an error. So yeah, I suppose in that sense, I regret it. I think there was some extenuating or mitigating circumstances in having made that decision. But at the end of the day, it was the wrong decision. So
basically, we ran off on public pressure because of FA Cup. They won't say that, but that's what it was.
Hands up, you know, mea culpa on that one. Yeah.
How do you assess Ruben's first 4 or 5 months? It's also been tough in terms of results and performances, but how do you assess? I mean, he's very honest.
Yeah, he is honest, and I like that about. I think Ruben has done an excellent job. I really like Ruben, and I think in the circumstances in which he arrived mid-season. Yeah. He didn't have time to train his players in a way in which he wants to play. He inherited a squad which he's had no influence on, and the squad isn't necessarily designed for the way in which he plays football. And English isn't his natural language, and he's never played in the Premier League before, and he's managing the biggest club in the world, and it's a tough place. I mean, Manchester United is a tough place.
And he's young.
You know, there's a big one, and he's a young guy, yeah. So I think, you know, if you take all of that into consideration, I think he's done a remarkably good job.
What parts are you referring to there when you say good job? Because obviously the results have been poor, but what are you referring to? Just generally the way in which he carries himself, or?
Yeah, I think the way, and I think what he's got out of the players that he's got available, I think he's done well with.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
I mean, if I look at the salary bill of the squad that's available to him, that salary bill is not the salary bill of Manchester City or Liverpool. Do you mean because of the injuries? What do you mean? What are you referring to? If you look at the
salary bill of the players that are available to him that are not injured or not out on loan, because we've got Anthony out on loan, we've got Sancho out on loan, we've got Rashford out on loan, we've got Mason Mount hasn't really played in the last 2 seasons, we've got Luke Shaw hasn't played in the last 2 seasons. So if you modify our salary bill for the players that are not available to Ruben, then our salary bill, it ranks us about, you know, mid-league, second half of the table. We're sort of level with, you know, the likes of a Nottingham Forest or Everton, not a Manchester City, or, you know. So that salary bill, if you look at that salary bill, is probably about 130 million. And we're talking about Liverpool has got a salary bill of 200, and Manchester City got a salary bill of 300. So that's the squad that Ruben's playing with. So, you know, He's not got the Liverpool squad. He's not got the Manchester City squad. He's got the Manchester United squad. I mean, how many players did you recognise on that bench on Saturday? They're all kids.
Yeah. Do you support what he's done with Rashford, with Anthony, with Sancho, and obviously even with Garnacho, who's in and out of the team at the moment? He seems to be. Yeah. You support what he's doing with those players?
Correct. I do. Yeah, I think he's doing the right thing with the players. Yeah. He has to be. He has to be in charge of the dressing room. I mean, you played in the dressing room where the boss was the boss, wasn't it? At the end of the day, and he's got
the reason why he keeps referring to, oh, you know how it is playing in Old Trafford. Oh, you know what it is. Try and sway his agreement. He's trying to get Neville's agreement with his answers. It's a clever tactic when you're talking to someone. You redirect to them so that they end up agreeing with you.
He's got a set of principles, and he wants the players to abide by his set of principles, which is that you have to be totally and utterly committed to winning the next football match. That's what he wants. So if you abide by those principles, you potentially have a seat in the dressing room.
I mean, obviously a lot of these players were brought in before Ruben and yourself got into the club. And do you feel like you're correcting the mistakes of previous recruitment cycles?
Well, I don't really want to sort of. We've inherited a situation which we've inherited.
It's mad, isn't it? Some of the contracts that have been given out.
There's some decisions that we clearly would not. I mean, and also if you look, it's quite interesting. If you look at the players that we will buy this summer that we did not buy, in other words, we're paying for. That's Anthony. We're buying Anthony this summer. We're buying Sancho this summer. We're buying Højlund. We're buying Casemiro. We're buying Onana.
You mean still paying for them?
Yeah, correct.
I mean, the club also.
It's not a lights.
No.
It's not a light switch. In your day, you bought a player, and that was it, wasn't it?
The club also.
Again, in your day. Again, referring in your day to try and get his agreement in a conversation, to try and get him to sway, to agree with him. Very interesting tactic. He's saying like, oh, he says a sentence and then retracts it almost by saying something else, or tries to think before he says it, tries to correct his statement.
But nearly £400 million, don't they, on players that are still in the club? 390 million, is that right, that number?
Pass. I don't know the exact number. I know the bill that we will pay this summer is 89 million for players
who have been signed previously.
Previously, 89. So if we buy no players, we write a cheque for 89 million pounds. That's something.
I mean, you mentioned Ruben's playing style before. He has got a rare playing style in terms of the system.
Yeah.
And I suppose I'm asking you the question, next summer, you're going to have to recruit to that specific system. The wing backs, the two players that play in behind Højlund or behind the centre forward.
Yep.
The two. Are you unequivocal that you're going to make that step and back Ruben, and he's going to be here at the start of next season, considering the results that have happened?
Yep. I'm unequivocal about that. But bear in mind, I am backing the management team. Because at the end of the day, it's Omar, it's Jason, it's the management team that operate Manchester United.
Who appointed Ruben then?
Who appointed Ruben? Omar and Jason and me.
Made that decision?
Yeah.
Looking at what happened with Dan, obviously Dan came into the club.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've worked with Dan. He headed up a transformation at the FA whilst I was there, and he's done it at other clubs.
Yeah.
What went wrong there? Because you chased him for 8 months.
Correct.
And he's done this type of job before of transformation, cultural change. Why did that not work, knowing Dan as I do?
Well, you may know Dan better than I do. I'm sure. In fact, I'm sure you do. But I don't want to go into the details of it because I don't think it serves any. It doesn't serve much purpose. I mean, at the end of the day, it was chemistry. Maybe a bit more than chemistry, but let's just say chemistry, and it didn't work. So
again,
so
he says, "Oh, maybe it was a bit more than chemistry," meaning there was more than just him bonding with everybody else in the team. Chemistry. What does chemistry mean in a working environment? Chemistry means how he gets on with his colleagues, the decision making, challenging decisions, getting buy-ins from colleagues. Is he able to portray his narratives and his ideas whilst respecting others? All of these things in a corporate environment is what you call chemistry. And he said maybe it was a bit more than chemistry. So it might be his intelligence, his recommendations, his ideas, his method of reporting, all of these things. So yeah, must have been.
With you or with the other management team?
Just chemistry. And you know, I think, again, I know it's an unpopular decision and it's seen as an error, which it was, and it was an error. But again, I think slightly in our defense, we did recognize it as being something that would not work, and therefore we decided we would make a change. What would have been far easier, because of the scrutiny that we knew that we would get in the media, would have been to live with it. But I wasn't prepared to live with it. So I think, you know, and that has to be part of our mentality at Manchester. Even though we're having to make unpopular decisions, if we think it's the right thing, then we're going to do it. And, you know, there's quite a lot of unpopular decisions. I know, lunches and things like that, you know, they're unpopular decisions. But
yeah, let's come on to those.
Yeah.
Look, I want to talk to you about those things. So obviously £15 million was spent to remove Eric and Dan, which are expensive errors.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm just going to take 2 or 3 examples. £40,000 was taken away from the former Players Association. Now, that's not the players that played under Sir Alex Ferguson or even in the last 10 years. The players from the 1960s and 70s.
Yep.
I look at that and I have a little bit of knowledge of the club. Obviously, I haven't been there for 25, 30 years. I just look at that and I think it's £40,000 from players who are giving a lot back to sort of the local community. They're obviously big supporters of United. Why not look at that 40,000 and put Harry Maguire and Bruno in a dinner? Sell 1,000 tickets for 30, 40, 50 quid, raise the money through a dinner, maybe do a raffle and auction, give the ex-players their money, and do it in a way whereby you're not looking like it's a cruel decision, which it is. Why would that not be looked at as a shopping list of things that, oh, that's got a health warning to it? They're former players. They're people who do a lot of good for them. I'm not talking about the sort of, this isn't the players who played my era, the players from the 70s and 80s. Why would that decision be made?
Well, nobody suggested that. Because I would have supported that, but
wait, what? Nobody suggested that. You are a billionaire, hired top of the food chain directors and people to run an organization, and you're telling me Gary Neville has given you a piece of advice in an interview that your directors and your consultants and your advisors couldn't? My man just gave you an interview, just gave you an idea from the top of his fucking head.
I just look at that and I think it's £40,000 from players who are giving a lot back to sort of the local community. They're obviously big supporters of United. Why not look at that 40,000 and put Harry Maguire and Bruno in a dinner? Sell 1,000 tickets for 30, 40, 50 quid, raise the money through a dinner, maybe do a raffle and auction, give the ex-players their money, and do it in a way whereby you're not looking like it's a cruel decision, which it is. Why would that not be looked at as a shopping list of things that, oh, that's got a health warning to it? They're former players. They're people who do a lot of good for them. I'm not talking about the sort of, this isn't the players who played my era, the players from the 70s.
Basically do a fundraiser, innit? Do a fundraiser, and the money from the fundraiser goes to those players, those ex-players from Man United, right?
Why would that decision be made?
Well, nobody suggested that. Because I would have supported that. But
Jim, that alarms me, because if people aren't suggesting that to you at the club, then
I don't think the people at the club are not. They're not. You know, most of the people at the club are not cruel or hard.
See? Tactics. You know most of the people at the club, so don't talk about them like that. Corporate jargon is the most painful fake shit in the world, bro. White collar corporate jargon is the most bollocks thing in the world. You know the gentlemen who work in the club. So fucking what? Answer the question. You can't fake realness, bro. Just you've hired man to give you advice. They're making millions a year. They're directors, top of the food chain people, best in class. Why are they not giving you the idea that me, little old Gary Neville, I just give it to you? What are you on about, bro? If I can just be in an interview, give you a fundraiser, 40, 50 grand, do a fundraiser, put Bruno, put Maggie, £50 a ticket, raffle, sign shirts, 100 grand raised, pay off the event, pay the ex-players, everybody's happy, done. How hard can that be? Oh my, if you are not being told, and if your people cannot advise you that level, and then now you're saying, oh, but you know the people. The reason why he's done that is to make him feel guilty. Is that gaslighting? Is that, you know, he's trying to get him to like ease off a bit. I'm not stupid, bro. I'm not stupid.
Heartless people, but I think
It's not stupid at all.
Yeah, I don't think the people at the club are not. They're not. You know, most of the people at the club, they're not cruel or heartless people. But I think
it's 40 grand.
Yeah, I know, but you know,
Harry and Bruno can just turn up for a dinner, raise 50, 60, 70, 100 grand for them. Why didn't the current players put £1,000 each in for them? You know what? Things like that. If it came to me and I was looking at a decision like that, and these guys who've been putting so much time into the club over so many years, you know, it just looks. Why can't we reinstate that?
Well, maybe we can. I don't know. I can have a look at it, but I'm not aware at that level of. Honestly, Guy, I'm not aware of that at that
detail.
At that level.
So what are you doing? What are you doing? You've got a business. You're involved in a business that has valued at what, £3-4 billion. So what are you doing? What level of detail are you involved in, bro? Because that was your team's decision, by the way, not the Glazers. It was your team's decision. And why are you not aware of this?
The detail, to be honest with you, I think though, you know, if you just step back just for a second and look at the bigger, I mean, you know, the philosophy is if you look after the pennies, the pounds look after themselves. All right. So I don't think we can say, well, we can overlook the little things, we'll just attack the big things. I don't like that, because that confuses people, and ultimately people then start to make the wrong decisions about the big things. And I think, you know, that philosophy of and spend the money like it's your own money. But you're right. I mean, it does have, you know, the club has got community responsibilities as well, and it's sort of part of the community.
Yeah.
But if I can say that Manchester United has lost money for the last 7 years.
It's not my headache that they don't pay these ex-players, yeah? They can well and truly not pay these ex-players, and that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't affect anything. It's the fact that what I'm angry with, is Gary has given you an idea that your own people have not been able to give you, and that scares me. Not the fact that the decision was made to cancel the 40 grand, is the fact that those people were not able to give you the advice and the solutions, possible solutions that may be available.
And it's something like in the last 4 years alone, it's lost 330 million pounds.
It's horrific.
That's £1/3 of £1 billion in the last 4 years. During that period of time, he's been recruiting lots of new people, on top of a workforce which was already enormous. So, you know, we finished up with 1,150 people. We've increased the cost base of running. So if you look at a couple of really simple numbers, in the last 7 years, since 2016, we increased the cost of running the club, which are the operating costs of running the club. So just the people and the fixed costs, if you like. So all the costs, excluding the player costs. We increased the cost by £100 million in the last 7 years, since 16. And the player salary bill increased by £100 million. So that went from 150 to 250. This went from 170 to 270. And in that period of time, the top line, the revenue, increased by only £100 million.
So £170 million deficit.
So you just finish up with a situation which is untenable. It doesn't work. If every year you spend more money than you earn, ultimately that's the road to ruin. And unfortunately, and it's not until we mentioned it a couple of times today is not known. Manchester United would have run out of money at the end of this year. November this year, the club runs out of cash.
Do you realise
that's sort of quite a big...
He's saying that to get away from the fact what Gary Neville just exposed him to, basically. That's what he's doing, and I'm not stupid.
But do you realise how bad that is to hear? I know that's a fact, by the way, because over the last 2 or 3 years, I think the fans who obviously got an interest in the business side of the club have been tracking the club's desperate situation, the mismanagement over the last 10 years. This is the richest football club in the world when it comes to revenue.
Yeah.
But because of
top three of us up there.
Top three in the world.
Yeah.
And it's having to cut £40,000 from ex-players and now removing food from members of staff in the canteen. I mean,
but the alternative isn't very tenable, is it? Which is the club goes bust at Christmas. We don't want that.
No, absolutely.
We don't want that.
No, we absolutely don't want that. But we also have to, I think, make decisions in light of sort of the impact that they're going to have. Because, you know, United, as you know, you're a fan, has a soul, has a heart.
Yeah.
And I think when it comes to food and Manchester United staff being fed, the idea of me eating differently than my compatriots who are in the office, the kitmen, the groundsmen, the people who are, to be fair, the sort of my friends at the club, because I was in there for 25 years, I find that difficult from an inequality perspective.
Yeah. However, I mean, I get that, Gary, and I understand that, but you have to deal with. We can't put our head in the sand. We have to deal with the problem, and it's a big problem, not a small problem, because the numbers I've given you, I've just given you, they're big numbers. They're not small. These are not.
They're horrific.
Not penny numbers, and as you say, this is the biggest club in the world, and if it just goes on year after year after year, what happens if you spend more money than you earn is every year you have to go to the bank and borrow more money. So every year, I know.
Is that one of the problems?
I know that's how you feel about lunches, but we have to go to the bank down the road and we have to borrow the money to give everybody a free lunch. 95% of people in the UK don't get a free lunch. I don't get a free lunch. I've never had a free lunch. Nobody else gets a free lunch. And the vast majority of people don't get a free lunch. It's a nice perk if you get one, but in the modern world, most people don't get a free lunch. And at the moment, Manchester United can't afford to give people free lunches because they have to go to the bank and borrow it. And I don't think. And at the end of the day, it's fans' money, isn't it? The fans are the guys that are paying
I hear that.
for these free lunches because they're the guys who buy the tickets. They're the guys who pay for the TV subscriptions, and they're the guy who buys the shirts. Those are the three bits of income that Manchester United have got. So I sort of think of that money that we're spending at Manchester United. It's not my money; it's the fans' money. Should I be spending the fans' money on a free lunch? Or should I be spending the fans' money on a new player who might win some silverware? That's how I look at it. And you may say, well, that's a bit...
Can we not do both?
I think I think the answer to that is yes, we can, but we cannot do that today. I don't honestly...
You mentioned...
Because I think otherwise you're trying to draw a line, aren't you? We can have a free lunch and then... Or maybe that guy can, drive an S-Class down to London or... And you get all these blurry lines about, what's acceptable, what's not. I mean, at the moment, two of those last 7 years, we've lost £100 million of cash. I mean, they're big, big numbers, and we have to stop that. And, we have to get Manchester United's, if you look at the sequence of things we're trying to do at the club, we've got to put the house in order. In other words, put it on a sound financial footing. So in the future, we can maybe take some more generous decisions. But before you can get the house in order, you have to put the management team in place, because otherwise you start making the wrong decisions about what and who. Because you've got to make what decisions and who decisions when you're cutting the costs, don't you? Who you want to keep the good guys, lose the guys that are not quite so good, all those sort of things. So you've got to put your management team in place. That takes time because everybody in football gets gardening leave. So the last member of that team arrived last week, which is Mark Armstrong from PSG, who's the commercial guy. Management team. Then you've got to get the house in order, the financial structure. And then it's all about recruitment after that, isn't it? It's all about, Manchester United in the last, since Sir Alex retired, spent £1 billion on players, which is pretty much the same as Manchester City or Liverpool. In fact, Liverpool hasn't spent £1 billion, but we haven't spent it that well. So that, at the end of the day, that then becomes the absolutely number one issue for the club is to get recruitment right. But and that needs data analysis and all that type of stuff, which we haven't got, as you know. But you know, some of the better clubs have. And then I think in 3 years' time or 5 years' time, Manchester United will be the most profitable club in the world. It'll have, if we go down this road of the new stadium, it'll have the most iconic stadium in the world, and it'll be winning silverware.
You obviously talked a lot about the plight of the club in the last few years, which I find scary with the amount of revenue the club generates. But
yeah,
you're obviously in partnership with the Glazer family. You wanted to take the club on your own, but obviously you've ended up with a minority stake. They've made these decisions over the last 10 years, and you've put a few £100 million into the club. You're the first person in the last 25 years to put money into the club.
You know, he's stressed. I can tell he's stressed.
They've taken nearly £200 million out in cash, in dividends. They've put a lot of debt onto the club, I think about £730 million, which means that the club has an interest bill every year of £40 million. 35 million pounds, and it's going to go up potentially in a couple of years when it matures. I mean, you're an incredible businessman. You will understand alignment in business more than anybody. Your money's being whittled away and spent.
Still gone.
Exactly. Your money's going at this moment in time.
Yeah, no, most of that's gone.
Would it not be a question to sort of pop across the board table to say, you know, look, guys, can you not just rock up with a little bit of cash yourselves and put some in for once? They haven't put in for 20 years, and they've taken nearly 200 million out.
It's not the it's not the solution just to keep throwing money at the problem.
No,
so
I know you have to correct the finances.
You've got to get the house in order.
But what
if you look at the reason the debt is at the level it is at the moment, which is
730 million.
Yeah, it's
plus the player
650 plus a bit of overdraft. Yeah, but that's increased by 330 million in the last 4 years because the club's been spending so much more than it's been earning.
Because they won't put money in.
That's not. No, that's just because they're spending more.
Jim has a point, though. Jim has a point. Jim's point is he's saying I'm not willing to put money in because let's control the spending, and then we can put money in to reduce the debt. If we keep increasing the debt and I keep put money in to reduce the debt going up, that's just me putting more money in. Let's just stop increasing the debt. Let's just stop that for once. And the way we do that is by making these uncomfortable decisions of lunches, players, this, that, the other. And also, let's make more money and just stop overspending. Let's just cut out anything we don't need. Yeah. And then we look from there. If we make more money and we're in profit, we start paying off the debt.
If you make mistakes,
it's a bloated organisation and made mistakes on recruitment.
But you're a far better businessman than anybody in this room and a lot of people in this country. You'll pay for your mistakes. You're the type of guy that I think would pay for your mistakes. Why do they not pay for their mistakes that they've made in the last 10 years? You'll put some equity back in. Why? The fans are now having to pay increased ticket prices. People are losing their jobs. People are not getting fed meals anymore. But former players are having money taken away from them, and they took £200 million out.
Now, people not getting lunch is not a necessity. Ex-players getting donation money is not a necessity. What else? Fan ticket prices going up it was not needed, but I guess they did it. But yeah,
I know that you're business partners. I know you can't criticize them. I know where you're at with this, but there's an element here of it's staring us in the face.
I don't think the solution to the problem at Manchester United is throwing money at it.
But it's not increasing the debt. If the debt's going up by 300 million,
the debt will come down. If we're successful in what we're doing at the moment, the debt will naturally come. Like the debt has gone up over the last 4 years because it's been losing money. If we're making money, the opposite will happen. What we need to do is make the club, because I mean, two things have happened with the club. One, well, a few things have happened with the club, but it's the costs of running the club have gone through the roof. The expenditure on the squad has gone through the roof, and the salary bill's gone through the roof, and the performance has declined. So they bet the bank. They bet the bank on Champions League, but it hasn't happened.
Right.
So we spent a fortune, and I'm sure that conversation went on every year. But
you see,
I can't spend their money for it. That's not my. I mean, we have a very professional relationship with the Glazer family, and to be honest, they let us get on with it, which we are doing at the moment.
You're providing a shield for them, though. You're now starting to get the flack that they've been getting.
I'm getting quite a lot of flack. Yeah.
No, Jim, seriously, I went to Fulham last Sunday. Just as a fan, I wasn't working the game, it wasn't on Sky. And I'm sat there in the crowd, and you don't actually, when you're in the gantry, hear everything because you've got the earphones on, you commentating on the game. And I was thinking, you're starting to get
quite a lot.
The slipstream of their mess, and you're getting fired at now. You're a target now for the fans. When actually, when you came in, you think about the perception when you came in. Now you're getting their flack. You provided an umbrella over their heads. Yeah,
it's true, but I mean, change is always uncomfortable, isn't it? People never like change. Well, and it's all these things that we're talking.
Change. It has needed change.
I agree with. Change is uncomfortable, and people do not like change. People will complain for the sake of complaining. A lot of people who don't go to Old Trafford, I'm hearing big presenters, big content creators complain about Old Trafford, and they never go to a game. And if they do, they go to an executive seat. Why the hell are you complaining, bro? You don't have a season ticket. And if you have a season ticket, you're doing a disservice because you don't go to the stadium.
It changes over. Human beings don't like change. They like, they like the status quo. They much prefer it. People stick their head in the sand and just assume it'll all go away, but it won't. So, change requires some unpopular decisions. And, I think I have to accept that I'm going to be unpopular. I don't know how long I'll be unpopular. Maybe I'll be unpopular for a long period of time. But I think it's worth being unpopular to fight our way through the changes that are necessary to get Manchester United back to where it should be. And hopefully the attitudes will change a bit if we come out the other side with a successful outcome.
It seems like the Glazers are in charge of bringing the money in, and he's in charge of where the money goes, because the Glazers are still in charge of the commercial aspect of the club.
But I'm not. I'm not here to. I mean, I know. A lot of people have a problem with the Glazer family and what have you, but
rightly so, Jim.
To an extent, but remember,
they've run the club. I mean, what the problems you've talked about running the club. The £270 million that has been increased under their stewardship, the poor performance, the poor recruitment, the debt, the increasing debt, it's all on them.
However, I think
Manchester United 20 years ago had the best stadium in the country, the best training ground in the country, the best team in the country, and we're debt free.
Well, we're going to be back there. We will get back there. But they are 3,000 miles away, and they gave management at Manchester United a lot of rope. If you look at some of the other
interesting
characters in English football who are owners, that and them very well. I mean, they're heavily involved in
referring to him directly. You know them very well. So what is this hidden thing? You know them very well. You know this very well. You know him very well. You know about back in the days player signing very well. So what, man? Just talk to him like an interviewer.
Detail are running the club, aren't they? And the management and what have you. I mean, they gave management an awful lot of rope. Too much rope, obviously. But, the management, the previous two teams of management have to take a lot of the blame for the decisions they made at that club. They have to, I'm afraid. It's not just that. The Glazer family.
But they have been the owners in that period.
Ultimately there. But then they've not been involved in a level of detail that, the likes of...
That's negligence. Well, you're involved in the level of detail here now, and you're having to correct their mistakes.
Yeah,
if they've not overseen the club in the last 10 years to a point whereby it's running out of cash,
very good point.
That's negligence.
Negligence.
You know that better than anybody.
Well, I'm not looking backwards. I'm trying to look forwards.
Let's try and do that.
Look forward. I'm trying to look forwards, and I think ultimately we'll come out of this difficult period, and we'll find ourselves in a much sunnier place. I do. I mean, otherwise I couldn't deal with what I'm having to deal with at the moment. Because it's not very nice when you go home to Manchester and you've got people saying some quite unpleasant things. That's not very nice. I don't need that really, to be honest, at my age.
Why are you doing this?
Because I really like Manchester. Manchester United has been my boyhood club. So, and I believe that we can sort it out. If I didn't believe it, we wouldn't. I wouldn't do it. Would I? I'd, sell it to the guitarists or something. I don't want to. I think we'll get there with Manchester. And Manchester United is the greatest football club in the world. It's the world's favourite football club. It's the biggest football.
Hey, he wants to make a flip. I feel like he wants to make a quick flip. He wants to make a quick flip. He's going to make the stadium in progress, get the asset value up of Manchester United, because your number one asset value is your stadium. Everton's done that. Luton's done that. City obviously has. Spurs have done that. get your asset value up, sell the club. He's going to buy more shares this summer probably because he can. Build the stadium, rock up the ticket prices, get the commercial value up, get the valuation of the club up, reduce the debt so that they can pocket more profit, and then cash sale the club.
Club. Everywhere I go on the planet, there are Manchester United supporters who want to come and talk. Everywhere I go. I mean, last summer we crossed the border between Mongolia and China. We were the first Europeans to cross the border from Mongolia to China. And as soon as we crossed the border, we were surrounded by Manchester United supporters. The customs guys, they all wanted photos. They didn't want to look at my passport. They just wanted to take a photograph, you know. So it's an amazing club, and it's just had this miserable time for 12 seasons, hasn't it, since Alex and David Gill retired. And I'd like to see, I mean, maybe it sounds a bit arrogant that I think I can take it from where it is to where it should be, but I mean, that's what I believe, that it's not me either. It's, you know, it's me, it's Omar, it's Jason, it's Dave, it's Colette, it's, you know, the other guys that you don't really see, you know, Gary and Mark Armstrong and, you know, Roger Bell, and you know, it's quite a we had a board meeting last week, and it was a really good, cohesive board with a really good group of people who were all really, really focused on getting Manchester.
I'll tell you what, one thing in the corporate world, yeah, they have a lot of pointless sandwich, coffee, tea meetings. Pointless meetings. Just meeting. They love to yappa, sit there, chitty chatty. Oh, what's the agenda? What's the plans? What? Yeah, emails. Oh, yeah, email. Meeting notes. Oh, let's write some notes, shall we? Yeah, let's write some notes. Let's write some agendas. Let's set some plans. Get to work, bro. Do some actual fucking work instead of fucking meetings, bro. Meeting teams. Oh, apologies from Dave. He was not able to make it today. So let's have a minute silence. Oh, let's have a break. Shall we have a 15-minute? Shall we have a quick 15? Anybody want a cuppa? Ooh, meetings. Oh, I've got a call. I've got to jump on another call. I've got another call to attend. I've got another call to attend with another stakeholder. Bro, oh my, these man love meetings, bro. I know the corporate world so well. These man love meetings, bro. Unnecessary, pointless meetings. Let's reconvene in 15. Shall we have a quickie? Shall we have a quick 15? Shall we have a quick 15? Shall we? Oh, what are you having today? Oh, what are your plans later tonight? Oh, what did you get on in the weekend? Oh my God, I saw this new thing on Amazon. It's called Maths, Married at First Sight. Oh my God, it was amazing. Anyways, let's get back to the meeting, shall we? So we see, bro. God damn it, man. I have one of my friends, yeah. He absolutely hates office life, bro. Oh, yeah, let's follow up next week. I'll send out a meeting invite. Yeah, let me know if you want to reschedule. If any queries, just reach out to me. No problem. Corporate talks, bro. There are so many strategic planning officer. Yeah, pro, senior executive officer, higher executive officer, planning, engagement, stakeholder engagement lead. Brother, what do you mean stakeholder? Someone communications lead. Leading what? Everybody's just leading, bro. So who's the one collecting? If everybody's leading, who's following? Bro, I'm sorry, man. I swear to God. Am I lying, G? Who's this?
Not at the right place. But it's the first time. We had a board meeting strong Roger Bell, and it's quite a we had a board meeting last week, and it was a really good, cohesive board with a really good group of people who were all really focused on getting Manchester United to the right place. But it's the first time we've had a board meeting since I arrived on the 1st of January where we've had.
And you didn't need a board meeting, did you? You didn't need a board meeting to keep Eric, then sack him, get Ashworth, then sack him. Didn't need no board fucking meeting for them, did you? Just get to fucking work. Just do the job. Send an email. And bro, these man take time, yeah, to send an email. Bro, in Bangladesh, yeah, if I need something doing, yeah, I'll just go up to my man in the office. Yo, can you do this for me? All right, man, say no more, innit? How much? Yeah, under the table. Here. Yeah, take that. Yo, get that done for me. Yeah, end of today. Yeah, quick. You know what? Matter of fact, get it done in an hour. No. You know what? Have another 50 here. Have another 50. Yo, get it done right now. Just do it right now for me. These guys, bro, these office culture, yeah, they take, bro, one email takes 3 days, bro. How can an email take so long, bro? Why is a meeting an hour long, but we have only spoken about what we actually need to speak about for 10 minutes? Early morning meetings, yeah? Why are you asking me about my mood? Why are you asking me about my mood early in the morning? How are we all feeling today? Faz, let's start with you. How are you feeling this morning? Are you being serious? Who would like to take minutes today? Any volunteers? You want me to? If they ask me, yeah, Faz, can you take minutes today? No, I don't have fingers. He's taking a piss.
The full team in place, right. And it was a great board meeting. So
look again, he said it was a great board meeting. It was a fantastic board meeting. So good, yeah, that they couldn't even recommend a fucking raffle to you in the board meeting. What kind of fucking board meeting is that? Such a great board meeting that they couldn't even fucking come up with an idea, yeah? To say, oh, let's come up with a fundraiser so we can pay these ex-players. Let's just put Bruno and Maggie in a room, couple of signed shirts, couple of signed items, do a raffle, sell 50 quid a ticket, boom. A freaking China, the guy and the girl, the brother and the sister who promote China White could do a better job at freaking coming up with ideas, man. Them man graft. Nightclub promoters graft, bro. They come up with ideas of making money, getting people through the door. They graft. Guest list. Anybody want guest list? Who wants guest list? Bro, and you here telling me it was a very good board meeting. It was a fantastic board meeting. You couldn't even come up with the freaking idea of a raffle. Oh my God, man. These people, man, and their freaking board meetings.
You know, and people expect you know, people expect instant gratification in the modern world, don't they? But this is, you know, of all football clubs, this is the super tanker. It's huge, and it takes time.
One thing that the fans are most worried about at the moment is ticket prices.
Yeah.
What message have you got for them? Can you give them some comfort that they're not, I mean, obviously the prices have gone up in certain areas for £66 and there's no concessions now.
Well, I mean, I think.
Are we going to see ticket prices increase again next season?
A little bit, yes. We will.
You people, please. I need money, bro. I need money. Please donate. Nah, I'm shameless now. Hey, donate, man. Yo, I need more members, man. Become members. Become members, bro. Oh my god, bro. My season ticket is, oh my god, bro. Bro, I might have to rob Dallow's shirt or something, bro. I might have to rob the Premier League ball or something. I don't know, bro. I might have to start selling shirts. I might have to start getting Dallo to sign shirts every day and start selling them on eBay, bro, for £100 £100 shirt or £200 shirt, because I can't now, bro. This is pathetic.
How much buy do we know?
No, not yet. Well, no,
You do. And this is, again, you know these things in the board meeting and you're chatting shit because you predict, you plan these things from early in these meetings. You're taking the piss. You do know how much the ticket prices is going to be. You don't want to say it because people have just protested and you do not want people to protest again, man. Taking the piss, man. I know how these things work. Dallo, man, send the envelope, man. Big up to Spilling Media, man. €2 for the investment for the meeting, bro. €64 away from a one match day ticket, bro. €2 is not even £2. That's £1.50, bro. So I have £64.50 so far. And it's £64.50, man, to attend the next game, bro. I swear to God.
a couple of weeks.
What,
It's not going to be a big amount, but I mean,
but what factors are in that decision? So let's say the club's losing money, but because the fans are going to be absolutely livid if the ticket prices go up again, and it's obviously will have happened twice in a very short period of time.
Okay, so my guidance to the management team is that, you know, we have to look after the faithful supporters, and we have to value the fact that the support of those supporters at the game is worth points, which it is, isn't it? Because the more...
Who are the faithful supporters and who are the sort of... What do you mean by...
Gary, man, you deserve some credit, man. You sticking it on. You sticking it on, Gary. This interview, respect, Gary. You done well, guys. You done well because you stuck it on him. You stuck it on him.
All faithful, aren't they? In some, I mean, they all turn every.
Well,
that stadium's full
the faithful
every week.
supporters, the supporters who've got a season ticket and they go to the games, and the faithful supporter is the guy who's got a season ticket. He goes to the top 6 games, but he also goes to see the other games as well. He doesn't just pick the top 3 games and then sell his ticket on to somebody else for the other games. Those are, in my view, that's a proper supporter.
Yes, I am a proper supporter. Yes. Get in, Faz. He's a proper supporter, man.
I don't know whether you agree with that, but that's where I am.
So
you know, because so I think, and it is worth points. You know, if you look at the Cop, you look at the Stretford end, that's worth points, isn't it? It's, you know, the more intimidating that atmosphere, the louder. We saw it in the second half
against Arsenal.
Knew
it. I knew he's gonna say that. I knew it. I knew he's gonna say that. I knew it. How did he say second half against Arsenal? Why didn't you say any other game? Why didn't you say any other game? Liverpool away, Man City. Why didn't you say them? Why didn't you say Barcelona when they came and played us while we were in Europa League? Seeing as you're a Man United fan. Arsenal. Had a board meeting after the Arsenal game. It was fantastic. It was absolutely lovely.
That, you know, that really lifted the team in the second half. I thought the fans were fantastic on Sunday.
Who?
Against Arsenal. I mean, that, you know, that really lifted the team in the second half. I thought the fans were fantastic on Sunday.
You beggy billionaire, man. You beggy billionaire, man. Don't ever do that to me again. We was protesting while I was in, because protest is long for me, man. I just don't like the protest because these I don't get it anyways. But those fans that protested, the 5,000 fans, they protested, bro, and they were protesting, and they've been protesting. Yeah, they've been protesting. The last few games that we played at home, yeah, have been dead. The crowd have been dead. Ruben said, get the players to get behind the fans. The fans don't need to get behind the players because the fans been doing that. Ipswich game, dead. Fulham game, dead. Leicester game, dead. Palace game, dead. Oh, awesome game. Oh. Waffler. Absolute waffler, man.
So the ticket pricing has to be fair and it has to be affordable to the local people. And there are different, we're talking about, some people who live in Manchester, there may be some people who come across from Hong Kong or come up from London or something like that. It's a different group of people, really, in a way. So I think the ticket pricing can be different depending upon who we're targeting. And so then you've got the younger people and
ticket prices, basically. You're looking to structure it.
Yeah, and we should do that. But if you look at the income for Manchester United, it comes from three places. It comes from TV revenues, it comes from merchandising, selling shirts, all that type of stuff, and sponsorship, and it comes from ticketing. So, and you have got inflation.
So are you increasing the sponsorships? Are you telling Adidas, pay up? You know what? F it. F it. We want to charge more. Snapdragon, Marriott, Tezos, all of these people who want to sponsor us, it's gone up by 12%, 15%, 20%. It's gone up. It's gone up, bro. See, listen. Man United is still the third biggest branding football club. If you want to be part of it, it's gone up. I'm sorry, it's gone up. We want to renegotiate our deal. We want to bring more money in. I don't care if we're 15th. We're the third biggest when it comes to branding. Pay up. Simple. Instead of charging, our fans are more important to us than anything. So the brands pay up. Snapdragon, go snap your PIN number in the ATM. Go. Go. Tezos, go. Yeah? Let's look at Man United global partners and sponsors. Yeah? Tezos, yeah? DXC Technologies, pay up. Shirt sleeve partner, pay up. Official tire partner for Manchester United, Apollo Tires. Guess what? We ain't going to be going nowhere. So pay up. Cadbury, nothing is sweet. Pay up. Betfred. Fred is gone to Turkey. You might as well go to Turkey unless you're paying up. Canon Medical Systems. Pay up. Because whatever you're sponsoring, Canon Medical, it ain't working for Luke Shaw. So pay up. Casillero del Diablo. Some of the players must be drunk by the way they're playing. So pay up. Pay up. DHL. No trophies are getting delivered. League positions are not getting delivered. Pay up. Estee Lauder. Pay up. Konami. We're not fucking about. We're not playing games. Pay up. Malaysia Airlines. You see that 10 million you're paying us to go after the season to play in Malaysia? Make it 15. Marriott Bonvoy. Pay up. Yeah. Paul Smith. Pay up. M. Lilly. Pay up. Nobody's sleeping in your pillow, in your official pillow sponsorship. We're losing sleep, actually. Fans are losing sleep. So pay up. Remington. Pay up. Pro, Tiger Beer, Therabody, Team Viewer, Wow Hydrate, Visit Malta. All of these guys, bro, pay the fuck up, bro. Pay up. Taking a piss.
So, we're going to finish up with 700 people at Manchester United, and they'll all get, we have to give them a pay rise. So there has to, ticketing has to contribute a little bit extra each year. But, you know, I think that there's a discussion going on about, could we freeze the prices for under 16s? Those types of discussions we're having at the moment. What's fair, what's affordable?
I think they're going to make it
we've also
£70.
got a hole in the finances, you know, which we need to fill. I know we got a lot of criticism whenever it was 2 or 3 months ago on ticket pricing, you know, that £66 thing. But that, I mean, just to put that in context, and so you may still criticise me or us, maybe, I don't know. I mean, it was a club decision; it wasn't my decision, but I didn't know much about it. But
Ew, he doesn't take accountability, man. This guy is sassy, bruv. He doesn't take accountability. He said, "Oh, it's a club decision, not mine. You are the head honcho. Buck stops with you." Just like the buck stops with the manager, the running of the club upstairs stops with you, bro. You're the guy. So what do you mean? I didn't make the decision. The club did. You are the club, man. What is this, man?
that was 500 tickets out of 75,000 that people returned to the club. They bought the ticket and they returned 500 tickets because they wanted their money back. And those 500 tickets were tickets which had been subject to a discount, either because they were a young person or an old person. And the club received those 500 tickets, which people sent back because they didn't want to go to the game. They gave those people their money back, and then they sold the tickets at face value rather than discounted prices for 500 tickets. That's all. And
absolute bollocks. Bollocks. So what they did, what they do is when someone and I know this for a fact and I can prove it. When you return a ticket back to Manchester United and you get a refund, the club sell the ticket back for face value, which they claim is face value. But if I bought an adult ticket for 56 quid, that ticket goes back to the club. They return me my money, but they sell the ticket for 66 quid. And a lot of the times, if it's near the pitch, they sell it as an executive ticket for £200. We've seen it happen firsthand.
The face value was £66. So that's what the club did. So it didn't, it wasn't a huge thing that the club did. It wasn't 10,000 tickets or 5,000 tickets, 500 tickets. And they were tickets which had been issued at a discount to people, which I think is a good thing for us to do. But those people said, we don't want to go to the game, we want our money back. Then the club received the 500 tickets, sold them for 66 quid. That has now been reversed, so we don't do, and I have,
it was a PR disaster at the time, wasn't it? It was a PR disaster at the time.
A catastrophe. But I'm not sure that fact I've just given you now was really described terribly well. Because when you hear that, that's not the biggest deal in the world when you think of all the things that are going on at Manchester United.
I just want to stop because you said something during, it was a small piece. You said, I wasn't aware of the decision. You said you wasn't quite across the detail of the 40,000. I wouldn't expect you to be.
No, I can't be.
To be honest with you, I have businesses myself, and I wouldn't expect.
Right now, I've just gone onto the Manchester United website, Manchester United are selling normal seats, as executive seats right now. They're selling it at £179 a ticket. Where's this seat? Normal seat. I've sat in this section right now. What block is this? S122, near the pitch, on Bobby Charlton stand. That same section, the tickets normally go for £66. They used to go for £56 adult ticket. Right now, today, they are selling it for £149 per ticket for children and for adults and for over 65. So this guy just blatantly lied. I've sat in the exact same seat for £56 before, and now you're selling it for £149. So please don't, bro. Don't fuck with me, bro, because this is not on, bro. Lying, absolute lying. What a fucking adult ticket is £58, adult ticket is £58. Depending on the section, it's £56. But my man wants to charge. Some sections is £61 adult ticket, Yeah, some sections. But my man wants to charge 149 because what they do is they package it in that area. If they have loads of people executive seats, they package it, especially for away fans. You know, away fans who want to come to Old Trafford, bro. That's what they do. 149. By the way, that's the cheapest executive. Let me show you the most expensive executive. Yeah, the most expensive executive is £249. Yeah, that's for Real Sociedad game. For Manchester City game, guess what the most expensive ticket is? Guess what the cheapest ticket is for Manchester City game, guys? Guess how much it is? Comment quickly below. How much do you think is ticket price for Manchester City game? £449 is the cheapest ticket against Manchester City. The most expensive is 1,400. 1,499. So 1,500. And that's for a child or an adult or a over 65. And they have one ticket left. God knows, someone might pay it, bro. I sometimes wonder who buys these. The same ticket for Sociedad is worth 149. The same seat, the same section is worth 149. But against Man City, because it's a big game, demand is more. More people want to pay it. It's 499. Yes, bro. Yes. I'm not lying. I am at the website right now. Matter of fact, I can bring it up on my phone and show you. The same seat against Real Sociedad is £149, but against Man City is £499. Hold it.
Expect to be involved at that level of decision, but you've got to make sure the people underneath you understand the magnitude of decisions that are being made.
Yeah, particularly
in the club,
yeah.
because it reflects upon you. They're going to come for you.
Yeah, which they are doing at the moment. Yeah, but you don't get it all right, all the time.
One huge positive. I've sat on a task force.
Are we moving on to a positive?
I thought we'd get. We've got a minute left, so let's look at something really good. I said it would be a tough interview, didn't I?
You did.
The stadium. I sat on the last task force committee meeting on Friday, and I had a glimpse of what's coming. Obviously,
respect.
It looks absolutely spectacular. And I've been shouting about the fact that for me, for years, there are non-negotiables with United. A great training ground, an amazing stadium, the best in class. The football sometimes, it's going to be up and down because that's the nature of football. Yeah. We weren't always successful in my childhood. How excited are you by that, and is it deliverable?
It's definitely deliverable, but I think it needs to be set in context again. I think, if you take the view, I'm sure it's your view as well, that it's the greatest football club in the world, then if it's going to build a new stadium, it should be a new stadium that's befitting the greatest club in the world, and also a stadium that befits the greatest league in the world, because the Premier League is the greatest league in the world. And at the moment, if you look at the Premier League, we've got some great stadiums, but we don't have a Bernabeu, do we? And we don't have a Nou Camp, the new Nou Camp. We don't have that in the Premier League, although it's the greatest league in the world. And also, if you look at the north of England, has won 10 Champions League finals, and London has won 2. So there's quite a few reasons there to have the world's most iconic football stadium in the north of England, at the world's greatest club. And I think, but the thing that puts it in context, which I think everyone has to understand, is that we've got 2 options. We can rebuild the existing stadium or refurbish the existing stadium, or we can build a new one. The only basis upon which we can build a new one is if it is part of this government regeneration scheme for South Manchester, because we can't afford to regenerate southern Manchester. That's too big a bill for the club. So we can build a stadium. We don't need any government funding for that stadium, but it has to be the underpin for the regeneration. Yeah. And the government have come out, when was it? 3 or 4 weeks ago, Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, came out with her growth plan for the future, which got these 3 primary growth projects. One was Heathrow, one was Oxford, Cambridge, sort of Silicon Valley, and the third one was the regeneration of southern Manchester, which she said, would be the shining example of growth in this country, and it would be the biggest regeneration project in Europe. But in a regeneration project, if you look at the Olympic Village in East London and all that sort of thing, there has to be a focus or a nucleus. Otherwise, all you're doing is building a housing estate and a shopping centre, and that doesn't normally end well. So I think that if the government go ahead with their regeneration project on a scale, that sort of befits the north of England, because there's been a huge number. I mean, the government have had all sorts of regeneration projects in London, haven't they? They've had the Olympic Village, they've got Canary Wharf, they've got the O2, they've got Wembley, they've got King's Cross, all sorts of. But they don't go to the north very often. So if they do this really well and properly, then I think we should underpin that with the world's most iconic football stadium. And I won't say much more, but Norman Foster, who also is a Mancunian, and is the world.
Why does it matter if he's Mancunian? I get it. It's cute. But Abdul from Dhaka in Bangladesh could come and draw that net, bro. I'll give you 20 architects for half the price from Bangladesh, bro. You don't need to be from this man born and bred is a scam, because you're increasing the ticket prices from people in Manchester who don't make a lot of money, bro. Football, you're making football a rich man's sport, and football is never supposed to be a rich man's sport. But I get it. But boy, man, it's one side on one side, and then you're sacking the people who are also Man United fans themselves, making them redundant. Do you know, being made redundant is so horrible, bro. It's such a horrible, horrible feeling.
World's greatest architect, in my view, has created the most iconic. Well, you've seen it. It's the most iconic stadium. It would be absolutely incredible, and it would be marvellous if, Manchester United could go down that road and in 5 years' time or 6 years' time have that stadium. It'd be fabulous. And great for the Premier League, great for the north of England. We could hold England games there, the Champions League final there. That would be. And I think by this summer we'll have a best-in-class training centre. I think where Carrington's going to finish up his. I don't know whether you've seen it yet, but
I've seen the plans for it.
You've seen the plans. That's going to be fantastic. So we'll have a great training centre. We would have the world's greatest stadium. It won't be a small stadium. And I think it will be a very profitable club. So the vision for the future for Manchester United is fantastic. But we're at the we're in the trough at the moment, at the difficult phase.
Jim, let's end on that. I've enjoyed it. Look, one thing I would say is that for 25 years, the Glazer family haven't spoken, and you are going through a challenging time at this moment in time. To be fair, you are communicating, you do speak, which I think is a start. Football clubs owners need to communicate to the fans in good times and in bad times, and they've never had communication at United. So I commend you for that.
We have to face the music a bit, really. I mean, I know it's been a bit difficult for the club and for the supporters, but at the end of the day, we absolutely want the same thing as the supporters. That's our only objective in life, is to see Manchester United winning silverware again.
Good stuff. Thank you. Thanks, Jim. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Listen, that was a very good interview, man. That was most definitely a very, very good interview, and kudos to Jim Ratcliffe for coming and speaking. But kudos to Gary Neville, because Gary actually stuck on a lot of the questions, man. Properly stuck on a lot of the questions. But yeah, man, that's my reaction to the interview. I think I think Jim's definitely on the ropes and getting a lot of blame for what the Glazers did, but that's natural. But he's also made some bad errors, and he's trying to rectify it by sacking a lot of people. And let's see what happens over the next course. I have to give Ineos at least 2-3 years to see what they're really doing. Do you know what I'm saying? The increase of the ticket prices is something that hits me hard, though, because that's just expensive, bro. My season ticket's expensive, and I want to continue going to Manchester United games, but if I'm not in Champions League football, what's the point? What is the point? It's just so expensive to go to Manchester United games, bro. So expensive. We'll see. We'll see. Listen, big up to you guys for your support as always, man. Really appreciate you guys for your support. I got some interesting content coming up. Cooking with Faz has been going really well, so I appreciate you guys for the support. Continue to support the channel as you always do. I appreciate that. Big up to Ronald for the donations yesterday. I saw a lot of the people's comments and the super chats yesterday. Appreciate that. What will I cook next Monday? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I might decide to fly to Italy. I might decide to fly to France. I don't know, man. I can cook anything I want. The world is my biryani. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna redirect to Saeed's stream when you get there. Put Faz raid, and yeah, that's me. I'm out. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. I've got show with CB Chelsea tomorrow. Make Chelsea great again, and I'm here saying make United great again. You know what I'm saying? Biryani, that might be a special. That's a special episode. You know what I'm saying? You have to chill out, man. You can't go to the big things straight away. You know? But yeah, Saeed TV right now. Head over there, Faz Raid, and I'll catch you guys on the next one, man.